sure you stay in contact with India, because India is handling all this stuff off the internet. And we just want to make sure the internet.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I called Kevin Simmons and Eddie earlier. Didn't happen. No, they out in Colorado.
And your girl.
Yeah,
Class of 77. Mikey Mike. Nice to meet you.
Everybody can get out on the time that they said. Everybody can get out when they need to. Let me just thank any and everybody who came out today for this important meeting, one of many that's being held actually on a whole lot of different models and different levels in order to secure Northwestern. We're going to just go right into the agenda, and I'm going to turn the mic over to Principal Hill. Principal Hill is our 18th principal of Northwestern. They've had 18 principals in 48 years. The worst part has been that we've had 5 principals in 8 years. And so the consistency of leadership has also created this problem that we're in right now that we want to talk about today as quickly as we can. We're trying to get 7:30. But it's important to know that this was the principle that this year, the alumni, some members of the alumni, some of the parents association, communities, as well as stakeholders had an opportunity to interview. We weren't just forced down the middle of who our leadership was going to be. We had an opportunity to talk to the leader, what kind of leader we knew. He also knew that we're on the list. Now, we're not confirmed to close, but we're on the list. And I'll get into that shortly after he speaks. But I just wanted to give him an opportunity because he is a parent of a child that he has to go see in a little while, has to pick up and go off in the barbershop. But we wanted to give him an opportunity to meet some of the alumni that's passed through these doors and to explain to you his future of what he expects here at Northwestern. So it gives me great pleasure to present to you Principal Hill.
Good evening, family. How are you? Good. Good. I always address my students and staff and family because that's the kind of atmosphere I like to create when I'm a part of the school. That I tell them I see you every day for at least 7.5 hours, every single day. I see you, boy. I see my own 4-year-old son. So guess what? We family. So again, good evening, family. Welcome back home to your lovely outstanding. I'm proud and honored to be able to be selected to be the instructional leader at Northwestern High School. I can honestly say that one of the reasons that got me interested in Northwestern was the fact that how I read and heard how strong the Alumni Association is. And that really came into fruition when I sat down on the interview panel with roughly, was it my job, about 12 to 15 people?
About that.
And I can say that that was a very intriguing interview. It was very intense. And I want to say that the alumni definitely had a strong interest in the school. I am a 1991 graduate of Baltimore Polytechnic Institute, so I do know what it is to be part of a strong alumni association. And I said that to be a principal of a high school that has a strong alumni association such as yourselves, it's a blessing to be a part of that type of environment. So I want to first and foremost give you a round of applause for coming tonight on a evening to take the time out to learn more about what's going on at your alma mater, Northwestern High School. This is my 20th year coming up in education. Like I said, I'm a graduate of Baltimore City Public Schools, Baltimore Polytechnic Institute. I went to Hampton University, home by the sea, and graduated there in '95 with a degree in current applied mathematics. Started teaching down there for 4 years, transferred back home to teach in Baltimore to get back to Baltimore City, which was my true dream in the first place. And I decided to get into leadership because I felt like I was going to be able to remove obstacles to make other people successful so that our children would be successful. And I was only impacting these pockets of kids at a time. meaning I had 20 to 30 kids per class times 5 classes, 150 kids per year. I want to put myself in a position to impact thousands of kids at one time. So it's one of the reasons why I decided to get into leadership at Northwestern High School. I remember about, I would say about 2 years ago, and I'm losing my memory. And I remember about 2 years ago, Saeed Hill, the former interim CEO, had put all of us on a bus, and she took us to this elementary school. And the elementary school, I don't recall the name of it, and I know it wasn't off of Park Heights, but the elementary school was a school that they had just started to rebuild. They put a nice playground in the back of the school. They had horseback riding in the school. It was a community center that was attached to the school. And I'm like, wow, they wanted the principals to see other schools in Baltimore City that were flourishing. And I'm saying this for a reason, because a lot of people, they actually went to the school and they were amazed by what they saw. They were amazed by the campus. But one thing I can say, one day I stood outside and I took a walk around Northwestern High School. Being born and raised in Baltimore City, over in East Baltimore on Miami Street, moved over off Lock Raven by Morgan. I can honestly say, and I can be ashamed to say this, I've never in my life stepped foot on Northwestern High School campus. When I played football for Poly, we didn't play at Northwestern. Having said that, I stepped outside and took a walk around our campus. And before I got halfway around the campus, I became emotionally filled about how beautiful this campus is. And I said to myself, I believe that all the principals that day started went to elementary school, not taking it from the elementary school because it was a great school, but I felt like I know I'm not the only person in Baltimore City, born and raised here, that never stepped foot on this campus and appreciate how beautiful the campus is. And I wish that we had the opportunity to bus other principals and other people to see how beautiful this campus is. When I look out, I see the large soccer field, the brand new tennis court, the volleyball courts, the new track that we had, the 2 areas we had sitting outside back on the original entrance, and 1 door down. We have a sitting area for children to sit down and congregate. The rock that we had sitting outside, the time capsule that Mr. Johnson had showed me, to the fact when I walked down this hall the first day of my interview, and I was like, this building has so much potential. Now, yes, Poly has a great campus, and I'm a strong alumni at Poly, but I can honestly say in front of all of you, and as my friend here reported, I still say this is probably one of the best campuses that Baltimore City Public Schools have to offer our youth in Baltimore City. I came here to make sure that I can do everything possible to keep the school moving. So let me take my role. I'm not the most political person in the world, to be very honest with you. I'm not a politician per se, but I am an educator who loves to make sure that our children in Baltimore City are given the best opportunity that we can afford to give them. So my charge is to come into the school and begin to be able to change the climate of the school, to be able to motivate the staff to get back into highly effective instruction, to increase enrollment, and that is my charge when I come to the building every day. When I got here, we had roughly 540 kids on roll. Between the time I got here to now, we're close to like 581. So I had a chance to increase the roll by at least 35 to 40 students. We need each and every one of you support to come out and help us, because this is not a one-man show. This is our house. This is our home, a beautiful home. And we owe this to the 4-year-olds that I had that are coming up in Baltimore City, to be able to have the same type of education you had when you went to Northwestern.
What we need from you is not much, but we do need help. To Pee-wee's point of the few that helped at that point, a few years ago. There's a few that have been able to keep things together, but at this point what we need is more alumni, and we're asking you to put the word out there.
Earl Cornish, class of 1978. Greetings. I attended Northwestern High School from 1974 to 78. Because of the academic program in place at the time, and because of a stellar athletic program, it helped forge my career. Bulk of my career was spent on telecommunications, which was born out of my education in electronics at this very school. At the time I attended Northwestern, I had a lot of teacher mentors that soon afterwards, and later in life, became close friends. I still have many associations with Northwestern alumni at this time. And we're at a critical point in our history where Northwestern needs to realize and get back to the prominence and the place it once was in our community. So I beg all of you to check out the website, to attend future events, and see if we can make an attempt to get back to the great days that Northwestern once experienced. Thank you very much.
Denise, class of 82, Denise Dow. I just want everybody to know that Northwestern has the best junior Air Force ROTC program. Not only were we the best, but we had the best drill team that was selected, and we performed at President Ronald Reagan inauguration in D.C. So we need to get this thing back going and get Northwestern where we could Wildcats for.
Well, definitely we want to keep Northwestern open. My name is Nick Savage, class of 78. I think it's critical for our youth to make sure they see where we came from, find out where they're going. We got a lot of greatness that helped build a place. We just need to tweak it. It needs to be a place for excellence like it's always been, and to make sure it continues in every aspect: sports, academics, athletics, community, and general financial wellness. And being that international program to this area, I think will be great addition to it.